conscious decision to transform my interior into an absolute heaven of tranquility, a sprawling, peaceful retreat where the gale force winds of foreign expectation simply bounce off the thick, invisible walls of my own composure. It is a deliberate, profound silence that I have constructed as a private paradise for my soul. A place where not every microscopic tremor brought in from the outside has to be immediately answered by a knee-jerk, exhausting ripple on the water. I keep my doors firmly bolted for the simple reason that I refuse to lose the painstakingly gathered warmth of my inner sanctuary to the freezing draft of your permanent, lingering panic. Why does it actually hurt you so deeply when the valley refuses to throw back even the slightest echo? Is it truly a personal insult when you find yourself standing before a silent fortress with its drawbridge long since raised, met only with the static gaze, while all your unspoken demands burn out harmlessly in the moat? Why are you so desperately searching for resonance against a wall that has simply decided to let the sound sink softly into the thick moss? Dead calm. Dead calm. Dead calm. Dead calm. When I remain entirely motionless, I am merely filtering the deafening, blinding noise of the outside world down to a tolerable, gentle hum, much like the dense canopy of leaves in an ancient park transforms the glaring sunlight into a soft, cooling pattern of shadows. I have come to the realization that the smooth, completely undisturbed surface of my presence does not have to break out into wild, agitated waves every single time a stranger's pebble touches the shoreline, because my reserves of emotional energy are far too precious to be squandered on manufacturing artificial storms. Why do you actually expect that every fleeting encounter has to inevitably end in a completely exaggerated, draining theatrical performance? Does every coincidental passing by my estate really have to be answered with a thunderous salute of cannons and fireworks? Or are you simply unnerved by the static gaze? Is this deeply frozen lake landscape genuinely a threat to your passing ships? Or are you just terrified of your own reflection in the ice? Dead calm. Dead calm. Dead calm. Dead calm. Beneath this thick, unyielding layer of ice lies by no means a bottomless, dark void, but rather a deep, unshakable ocean basin that flatly refuses to flash endlessly like a broken neon sign in exactly the colors that might offer someone else a fleeting moment of comfort. My decision to simply allow reality to happen is my softest and most honest shield against an environment that has forgotten how to just accept the peaceful expanse of an untouched horizon without immediately needing to fill it with arbitrary meaning. Am I really the one ruining the familiar landscape just because I refuse to treat every second of my existence as an on-demand service for your well-being, offering you nothing but the static gaze? Why do you always turn away so hastily the moment you realize that the frost has a firm grip on my shores? Has the silence beneath the surface simply become far too loud for you? Dead calm. Right here, firmly rooted in my self-imposed isolation, which is in no way a punishment, but rather my ultimate refuge where silence exists not as a deficiency, but as pure, unadulterated clarity. I sit by my own ramparts, watching the clouds drift by, and rest deeply within my own still waters, completely detached from the necessity of ever having to make a way